I want to get your take, Kim, on Facebook or Meta. Disappointing results there, particularly, correct me if I'm wrong, on the ad front.
Right. Well, that's what they sell. I know if you're a user of Facebook or Instagram, you think that your experience is paramount, but what they're trying to do is make you stay on longer and see more ads. I mean, that's effectively what it is. So I think this really speaks to the diverse set of socioeconomic advertisers that are out there, that probably the people at the lower end of the spectrum aren't being ad buyers aren't buying ads on Facebook, and that is affecting them. So far, we've talked about Apple, which is a skews to the higher consumer. You've touched on Walmart, that skews to the lower socioeconomic consumer, and I think Facebook also has a lower socioeconomic footprint, and advertisers just aren't buying ads. And that's a problem for Facebook because that's the only way they get money.
What's the long-term outlook, though, in your opinion, for Facebook? I mean, is it a name that you can just hold and own, or do you trade it? Do you own it?
I do not own it, and it's just because there's only so many ad driven companies that I want to own, and this isn't one of them. I think it's probably here for the foreseeable future. But they've said they're going to invest a whole lot of money in the metaverse, and that scares me because I'm not sure people really do want to live in the metaverse. It's cool at first. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that would like to try it out, but I'm not sure investing the gobs and gobs of money that they would have to do to make a compelling offering is all that compelling to investors.
And speaking of ad-related companies, what's your view then on Google?
Well, Google really does serve advertisers because you can buy AdWords and very narrowly target people that are going to buy, as opposed to Facebook, where we're looking at our friends' kids' pictures or whatever we look at. So I think Google, of the two of them, is more of that long-term buy because it satisfies both ends of the users, right? The people looking for whatever and the sellers of whatever they're looking for.
Kim, quickly here on the chip stocks. I mean, you have to really understand how to invest and analyze chip stocks as you do in order to own them, in my opinion. They can be volatile. There's more and more interest in them from, I think, a wider group of investors because of the recognition that they go into everything that we do and have and own.
Right.
So what's the take right now, though, on, well, Intel, very disappointing. Is AMD winning that share?
I'm going to say maybe, but not really. What I think is going to happen whenever AMD, and we own both Intel and AMD, just to make this perfectly clear. I like both of them for the very long haul, but times like these are going to be distressing if you own them. And
Yeah.
what I think has happened in the last quarter is businesses that build out their cloud infrastructure haven't been doing that. And that affects both AMD and Intel. And I think that's what's going to be the story next week.
What do you think then of NVIDIA?
I think NVIDIA is really dangerous because it's extremely expensive, but it was also the deliverer of Bitcoin mining. And that is a very dangerous area to be in. Not only do Bitcoin miners stop buying whenever Bitcoin drops, but they also decommission the servers that are out there calculating, doing the mining of Bitcoin, and then they sell those as to other people. So they're creating a secondary market, which is going to undercut NVIDIA's new chips. So it's very dangerous at this point.
It's so interesting. It was such a case for NVIDIA, the fact that their chips were used in the mining of Bitcoin. So, but I guess the question though is, does the stock reflect that?
Well, we're going to see. I don't think people understand how much effect that Bitcoin has been having on that company.